morning, good morning, good morning. Hope y'all are doing well so far today. Beautiful sunrise happening on the horizon. Just turned east towards Kansas, Oklahoma, so we'll be catching full view of that sunrise as we get on down the road here for the next 2 hours or so. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes ish to the destination, which is customer tanks out there. Took us approximately 4.5 hours of wait time to get this load on, but now we've got it. Took our 10-hour break at the truck stop, and yeah, we are eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. I don't know if we're gonna do things they say can't be done, but we're gonna do some things. We're gonna get down here and pump this load off is what we're gonna do. But anywho, we got 2 more loads from dispatch. One's a little short thing, another customer load, and then another one, another transfer load up there to Conway. So we're gonna play it by ear on which one we do first. You know, we're gonna monitor the, wow, I just realized with the sunrise how many bugs I had on my windshield. I'm gonna have to stop and get that taken care of later on. We're going to play it by ear on those. You know, the short one's only like 35 miles away from the refinery, which is good and bad at the same time. Like if you had to do them in a certain order and they were out of gas, you know, you get up there, you wait, you get loaded, you go 35 miles down the road, you pump it off, you come back, you wait some more. You know, that can help you if you're needing to kill time, or it can hurt you if you're needing to get going. So we're gonna play that by ear on the order that we do it in. Is that transfer load, you know, you figure load time of about 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours up, at least an hour unload, and that's with no trucks in your way. And then 2 hours back, you're, let's just say 6 hours for easy math. So 4 hours of driving, 1 hour on each end, that's 6 hours. And then again, if you have to come back and wait, well, at least you're only waiting for a short load. Or if they've got plenty of gas and you want to get going, you go haul that short load, come back, grab your long load, and then go. Or maybe the long load buys them enough time to make more propane so you can get your short load done. Again, it's just, that's the beauty of being able to play it by ear sometimes. That's not always the case. You know, some customers might be calling and saying, we are out of gas. Like, I don't mean gasoline, I mean gas, propane gas. You know, we need it, we gotta have it. Well, if that's the case, then, you know, I would just do it in the order that I'm told to do it, or, you know, the order of most importance. But it's still summertime, so propane is still just kind of a commodity at this point. You know, these local outfits are probably doing propane tanks for forklifts, for gas grills, for homes to, you know, heat their water or use their stoves. It's not necessarily to heat their house right now, right? I mean, it's going to be 90 today. I was sitting idle in there at the refinery in the waiting area yesterday afternoon. My temperature gauge said 108 on that pavement. So trust me, they're not using it to heat their home, so it's not that big of a deal. Which is confusing to me as to why it's an emergency declaration, except for the fact that gasoline and diesel are as well. And so with propane being a byproduct of those two products, I have to assume that with the production ramped up as much as it is for the gasoline and diesel, that they almost had to put the emergency declaration in for propane to keep those refineries empty. You know, trucks are one of the only things that can get there quickly. Now, granted, trains, once they get there, they can take a whole lot of product, but that takes a lot of time to get there. And then a lot of time to load. Whereas you can load a truck, like I said, 30, 45 minutes, And while we may only be taking, you know, what is it, a sixth or a tenth of what a train car can haul, you can get a lot of trucks there quickly and get that product out of there. I mean, again, we are running them out of product. Tells you how quick we're getting there. So I know the dispatcher said that he had 12 loads on the board for today for transfers. Again, we got one of them, and some customer loads as well, and we got one of those. So I know, again, it's going to be another busy day for propane. Can they keep up? You know, we're doing our part. So it's no fault against them. It's just, you know, we're pulling them so quick that at this point we're waiting, and they're making it as fast as they can because they're making gasoline and diesel as quick as they can. But, you know, again, just kind of is what it is. Because it takes about an hour to pump a load off. You know, you pull up, you get some measurements off the tanks, and I'll show all that. This is actually kind of the cool part that I'm going to show you all today, is what an unload looks like. You need to measure out all the tanks. They have gauges on it, just like my trailer does, and we'll read the temperature of their tanks. We'll read the temperature of our trailer. We'll write all that down on the paperwork. Sorry if that sun's starting to blind you. I may have to end this for a little bit until we get turned and until it rises above the visor. I'm gonna put the sunglasses on here in just a second. Just trying to get through this toll booth without tearing something up. It's pretty narrow, but not horrendously narrow. We are approaching our exit here in Kansas, Oklahoma. Just a couple more miles to the tanks. We're making good time. We've shaved 1 minute.
Highway 59.
Traffic coming, good to go. Keep the trailer off the curb. Okay. It's been years since I've been here. Last time I was here, actually, a truck hauling a end dump, semi-truck hauling an end dump, had run into the propane tank. I think he fell asleep or something at the wheel, and he had run into the propane tank and shoved it about 4 feet. And of course, for concern of release or anything like that, I actually had to come out here with an empty trailer and pump off all of the propane that was in this tank. And I don't remember if I moved it to the other tank. I think that's what I did. I think I just came over here and pumped it from one tank to their other tank. And they do not stop, so we're gonna have to wait our turn here. Okay, it's our turn now. And there's a car coming. I didn't see him till the last second. Oh, good. Okay, just over the hill here on the right-hand side. All right, we're pulling up here. Should just be right up here on the right-hand side. We need to be easy here. It's the GPS. It's telling us that's it, but that's not it. It's right up here somewhere, though. We don't want to go past it. Shoot, this is it. Coming in hot. Coming in hot. All right, we're in. Okay. So it looks like they run their hoses. I'm gonna sit right here and we're gonna get a look at this place real quick. Let's get that thing going just a little bit, get it cooled down. Let's take a look-see here. I don't like how I'm positioned. Yeah, I'm gonna end up backing up quite a bit here. It's just been a while. So that truck had come, somehow he came off the road and smacked this thing right here. This tank used to sit up here, and the fence was around in this area. So they've redone all this, which is fine. All right, we got a passcode. Yep, we'll get that off the dispatch sheet. So here's our bulkhead. So yeah, we need to back up quite a bit. We'll end up probably putting our truck right about this area. So, all right, getting repositioned. We just want the front of that trailer right about there where it's at that gate. Okay. All right, so we're right where we need to be along that gate. We'll come over here and unlock everything, and then we'll get our readings off the tank. Get this thing opened up. So yeah, see our gallons have grown in the trailer. Pressure's still good. Temperature is 78, we'll call it. Remember, we need to write that down. 78. And their temperature is at 72. And we're gonna stick all of this load in tank number 2, because tank number 1's sitting about 80%. So we're gonna stick it all over here in tank number 2, which is at 17%. All right, and we'll get a temperature reading off of that. I'll get my pen out and we'll do all of that before we even get pumping, but let's get this thing hooked up, shall we? We're going to use the pump end. And we're going to use our vapor. That's not good. There we go. A little pressure on the head. That's all. This guy must be leaking just a touch. That's all right. Okay, and on the pump you can see a little arrow right there, and it's going this way. So we just need to make sure that whenever we kick the trailer into gear right here, that the pump is turning this way, and we'll be able to see the shaft on the other side. If it's not, if it's spinning the other way, we'll have to switch our hydraulic hoses around on the truck, and then it will cause it to spin the other way. Because this just has one gear like that. It kicks it in, and that's it. So actually there's neutral, that should be forward, and one reverse possibly, we'll see. First time using this trailer, so we'll get that thing going here in a minute. We'll open all these once we get hooked up. We're gonna go ahead and get that vapor line hooked up now. Open all our internal vapor. Okay. And then their liquid line. You want to try to get these as straight as you can so that it's less turns. This one's pretty tight. Woo! Smashed my finger a little bit. Okay. Got that. So technically we could have pulled over just a little bit, but I didn't like how it was falling away. I wanted to be as level as I possibly could. So, all right, let's open this. That will slowly turn all their valves open. That's their air system, which is good. Now, this is where we need to go get our pin, get our numbers written down again so that we've got them, get them written on our trip sheet, temperatures, percentages, etc., and then we'll get this thing rocking and rolling. That's the wrong one. We need this one. Hear that thunk? That's the ball valve opening up. That's a good sound. All right, let's go get our pin. We got our pin. We're gonna do this the old school way, because I didn't want to get our paperwork out. So this will be 1 is at 77. And that's percent. 2 is at 17. And the temperature gauge on this guy is reading 70 degrees. 70 degrees, and we were reading, I think it was like 76. That's why we got to write these things down. Yeah, 76. 76 on the trailer. Okay, let's get the PTO fired up. We'll get these valves opened up. And we'll get this thing rocking and rolling. So the easiest way to do this, honestly, is just chase the plumbing, okay? That's how you figure out where you need to go. So we still have the valves on our trailer closed for a reason. 2 things. Number one, you've got these valves anyway, but we're gonna leave all of that closed for now. We're gonna chase the plumbing. So the plumbing comes down, and we wanna go into that far tank. Comes this way, goes through here to the pump. You need that pump whenever the bobtail comes to get their load. So we're gonna leave this closed. We need to open this guy to bypass. So I'm gonna open that. All right, so keep chasing the plumbing. We don't wanna go into that tank, so we're gonna leave that closed. We do wanna come into this tank, so we're gonna open this one up. All right, so now that we got that one open, again, chasing our plumbing, we're gonna do the same on the vapor. So we're gonna be feeding into this tank, so we're gonna open this vapor. You wanna do these slowly. You don't slam them open. It'll create, all these tanks have their own ball valves too. So you have to be careful not to do things too quickly, or it'll get mad at you. So again, that bottom one is the vapor for this tank. We're gonna leave this tank completely shut off. We're not using it at all. All right, so at this point, we're gonna fire up our PTO, get it engaged, and we'll get these valves opened up and get this thing rocking and rolling. So to turn on the PTO, we come in here, put the truck in gear, foot on the clutch, we hit the PTO switch, pull the truck out of gear, lift off on the clutch. Okay, now the PTO is running, we can verify that. So now this fan is working, all right? Now that this fan is working, we know that the PTO is running, we know that it'll start pumping off. So what we're gonna do is open up these trailer valves. We'll turn this motor on and make sure it's spinning the right way. Once I know everything's good to go, then we'll idle the engine up so that it'll pump a little bit faster. But for now, we're just gonna simply open up this liquid line. Because that tank over there is so empty, I actually don't need a lot of the vapor from it, because I've got a lot of pressure on my side. So we're gonna push some liquid before we accept some of their vapor. So we're just gonna slowly open this. Okay. And if there's a lot of pressure on my trailer, it will actually start turning the pump on its own to start unloading. Okay, I don't hear it. I don't feel anything yet, so should be good to go there. Now remember, we want this thing to be spinning this way, so that's the way we want it right there. That's it. So we should notice there, I can feel it in the hose, and we should notice their tank start to bounce. See? We're flowing now. And they're at 140 pounds of pressure, 145. We're at about 150 on our side. So we're gonna go ahead and open up that vapor so that we're not fighting this tank. I didn't realize this tank had that much vapor in it, and it's up there just like our trailer is. So you have to think we're replacing water with air. That's all this is. This tank is full of air, my tank is full of water, and we're switching positions. So if you start to shove a fluid in here, it needs the air to come out. So we're just switching positions. Sorry if it's loud, but I gotta do what I gotta do here. Definitely working. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and idle this thing up. All right, now we're going to idle this thing up. There we go, 900 RPM. Kicking this thing off now. So as you can see, it's still rocking and rolling. We started at 17%. It'll start climbing here pretty quick now. Because remember, that tank is bigger than ours. So it's gonna grow it a little bit, but it's not gonna grow it a lot of it, if that makes sense. We're gonna obviously be 90% on our trailer, might only be 15% on this tank. But we'll get those tank sizes written down as well, and we'll start filling out our paperwork. Empty. We're going to hit the clutch to kill the high idle. We're going to continue to leave the PTO running for just a moment so it keeps pushing pressure out and doesn't allow that volume to come back. All right, and that is that. So the pump's off. I'm going to shut down the vapor. Okay, so all these are closed. We're gonna go ahead and vent just this section right here so that we can get this thing disconnected. A little bit of hiss in the air. Now without the pressure, we'll be able to take this off. All right. Get in here, baby. Get in here. Right. While we're here, close their valve. That's their air valve. Close their liquid line. And their vapor line. Now we'll go ahead and vent our vapor. Okay. Done. close that off while we're here. Close these. The trailer's gonna jump a little bit. There she goes. This whole time she's been unloading, the brakes are locked up while that's down to keep you from going anywhere. Okay. All right. Closed, closed, closed. Try to get the grease from our gloves off the trailer. We're gonna go get her last reading here. So it's still 77, because again, that was completely closed. And that is at 40, we're gonna call it 48. Close their liquid. Close their vapor. Oh, which way does it go? There it goes. All right. So liquid closed, vapor closed, liquid closed. Come up here. This was already open. We do need to close this one. So there will be no fluid coming out. Of course, these are closed as well. So it's double checked and triple checked. All right. 78%. We're gonna write that down. We're gonna lock this thing up. And this one's a wrap. We are back in Tulsa. Got the windshield clean. Look at that. We can see. No trucks allowed. Ah, you're full of crap. There's a truck stop right here. We're gonna meet the missus. There they are right there on the corner. All right, exit only right there, truck entrance this way. Looks like we'll be able to get that spot right there on the end. Perfect. I'll take that every day of the week. All right. And twice on Sundays. And today is Sunday. Get that thing pitched around. I didn't pull up far enough. Get under it. Get under it. Get under it. We're not under it. This thing does not operate like your standard closed tandem trailer with that spread. One axle will catch and the other axle will give. Truth be told, I should have left that rear axle up. But it is all good. Almost there. There's like a board or something back there. I don't want to drive on that. Get a flat tire. These guys with the dry vans, they can put their tires all the way to the curb, and so it puts them further back. But we're gonna take a quick look-see and make sure we're good to go. Put this dude on off duty. We're gonna go get a bite to eat. All right, let's take a look. Fan on, cool the engine down. I think we're good to go. Yeah, I saw wood or something back here. I want to drive over it because you just never know with nails and all that. Yeah, that's an old pallet. So glad we didn't drive over that. And that's somebody's piss bottle. Takes all kinds. I'll tell you what. All right, well, we're gonna go get a bite with these lovely people. Oh, there's another one. And yeah, enjoy some time together. See y'all after a while.